Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. This is a very special occasion. I'm Kerry Buhler, the Superintendent of Schools, and I'm here to kick off our very special, not quite grand opening, but grand opening ribbon cutting for the Summit High School renovation project. As you are standing here looking around, you can already see the beautiful additions to the commons, to the library, but wait till you see what you have in store in our classrooms, in the classroom addition, in the gym, gyms, more than one, in our cafeteria. Over here is our grab and go. It's endless list of wonderful things that happened at Summit High School, and really in thanks to all of you as community members for voting for the bond project so that we could have this innovative learning space for our students. So congratulations, Summit High School. I am going to invite up a special person that is a past president of the Board of Education, serving our community for many years as the president and before that as a member of the Board of Education. Margaret Carlson has joined us on the Facilities Committee as we've been working on these bond projects, and we're just going to keep it going, and so she can never leave us in the Summit School District family. I'd like to welcome Margaret Carlson.
Thanks, Kerry, but I'm pretty sure that after we cut this ribbon, I think my term is officially up. So, wow, it's really exciting to be here in this new space. We've been talking about it, planning it for years and executing for months, really just months, but planning it for even longer than that. And when I reflect back on where we started with this maybe 3 years ago, a couple of things come to mind. First of all is how incredibly fortunate we are to live in a community that supports and values education. If you remember, we are here, as Kerry mentioned, we passed a bond and mill levy, 3A and 3B, if that sounds familiar to anyone, in 2016, and that's what allowed us to have the funding to build not only the high school space, but all of the other buildings in our district. So that's really why we're here tonight, is because of the support from our community. The other thing I think of is really what a great example of a collaborative process this whole project has been. It started with master planning, and now we're down to punch list items, but this process has involved not only the contractors and the architects and engineers, but most importantly, input from our stakeholders, from our community members, our students, teachers, staff, and of course our broader community who were involved in the sport and in making the decisions about what we wanted to see in our buildings. And I'd like to just recognize and thank some of the heavy lifters who've been on this construction team. First of all, Wold Architects helped us with our master planning. Thanks, I know. But Wold Architects helped us with our initial master planning and identifying the needs of what we needed throughout the district. And so that's what we went to voters with for the bond and mill levy questions. And then we brought in Trainer HL Architects to do the high school project, and man, it was a challenge for them. But they worked with our many, many requests and designed our incredible new spaces here at the high school. And while not everything on our wish list was possible within our budget, I think we really hit the targets of what our voters asked for, which was 21st century learning spaces, upgraded safety and security, and expanded spaces for our increased enrollment. And then FCI, our builders. Do we have any FCI folks here? Well, they've literally been working day and night to make sure these spaces were usable for our students. They've done a ton of problem solving when needed to keep the projects rolling, and they've kept the site safe throughout. So they've done a fantastic job, and we owe them a huge thank you. And NV5, our owner's rep, provided the beautiful spread, but beyond that, they've sort of kept us all in check throughout the planning, the designing, and the building. They've been an incredible part of the team, and we definitely wouldn't be standing in this space today if it wasn't for the guidance of NV5. But along with all of them, many of you in the room, I see, staff, students, parents, members of the Design Advisory Committee, multiple user groups, administrators who put in countless hours of input and guidance, and were very patient while all of this was going on around them. Also, I would like to thank some of our community members that we've got up here tonight. Kerry, I think you were going to maybe make some introductions. And anyhow, thanks to everybody who's been involved, and thanks to our community for allowing us to have this.
Thank you, Margaret. Margaret's right. This wouldn't be possible without all of you. And of course, our community is strong because of the people who live here and support what we do in our schools every day with our students. We have a couple of people here that maybe want to say a few words and have been involved in some of our other ribbon cuttings and part of some of our north and south end work, and certainly have been keeping track of how we're doing with everything along the way. So I'd like to introduce Commissioner Dan Gibbs.
Thanks, Kerry, and school board members, and Sheriff Fitzsimons, and Under Sheriff Joel Cochran. Great to be here. This is absolutely amazing, isn't it? I've been able to participate in a couple of the ribbon cuttings over the last few weeks, and to see the improvements that have been made throughout, Summit County and within our school districts, and it's really just absolutely amazing to see. Sheriff Fitzsimons and I were actually just whispering how in such a short amount of time frame, so much has been done when you look at the schools, and whether it's enhanced safety measures or expansion, it's just so amazing. It must be great for the students that are here, right? To have all this, the new and improved high school here, right? Yeah, exactly, yeah. So, so congratulations, school district. It's just really amazing to see this. Thanks.
Thank you, Dan. Thanks so much, Dan. Sheriff Fitzsimons, would you like to say a few words?
Yeah, I would just like to echo congratulations to the great space. I was also part of, as Kerry mentioned, the South End, North End planning committees that kind of put all this together on drawing boards, and to see it all come together is just awesome. And you guys have a great space to be proud of, a safe environment for you to go to school in, which is really important in today's world. So we have an SRO, as you guys all know, in this school, Wanda Wilkerson, our school resource officer. And she'll continue to see the year out with you guys. So congratulations on your new space. Thank you.
Timmis, did you want to say a few words? Okay, yeah, perfect.
Rawr.
Very nice. All right, before I hand this over to your wonderful principal, Drew Adkins, I'd just like to have one round of applause for our school board members that are here tonight. They work tirelessly behind the scenes. Most of the time you don't see them unless you're out in the community, because they are out in the community. They are in our schools, and they're also doing that really important work behind the scenes, making sure that our school district is everything we want it to be for our students. So thank you, school board. All right, Mr. Adkins, it's you.
I think does anybody know why Tigers, why we are, why he's named Timmis? Students? Because it's Summit backwards, right? So you'll leave here with some knowledge that maybe you didn't have when you're coming in. It's my fun fact for the day. Well, again, thanks to our community leaders for some of the visioning, and certainly to our Board of Education and Kerry Buhler, our superintendent, and everybody who had the forethought to be thinking about planning for the future for the 1,400 kids who will be attending the Green Machine version 3.0 here in just a few years. To think it just seems like a blink of an eye. We were 600 or 700. We sit at 926 now, and the third grade and fourth grade at 350 or so is going to come here quick. So pretty cool that we have this awesome space. And honestly, I'll echo some of the words that Margaret mentioned that were so just spot on. When we began this journey a couple of years ago, we dreamed about a space that could really support some of our youth who are coming up through the ranks of Summit schools, and not only just a brick and mortar of 30,000 square feet, but 18 new classrooms and some future of education, innovation, and opportunities to build programs with an infrastructure that would support post-secondary success, preparedness, and certifications. And if you're able to take the tour afterwards, Mr. Blake, myself, some of the other administrators will take folks who haven't been through here yet on a little tour. I think you'll see that sometimes it is the structure that can build the hopes and dreams and actually help things come to fruition. But the user group, I want to speak to that group of individuals made up of community members, staff, students who really helped with the supportive trainer. Our architects really dream about what a classroom could look like and how we could integrate not only STEM but STEAM, the arts. When you go down into this hallway, you'll see that it's arts, it's robotics, it's all those things, CNC routers, laser engravers, solar rollers, and a space to grow and help kids thrive, even in new programs that we were fortunate enough to support, like welding and construction tech, and even some of the programs that Summit County said, hey, what about those certifications in some of those mountain community industries like ski and bike tech? And you're going to hear from a student talking about some of that too. That's really, really cool. But moreover, the group had the vision to see how we could use spaces in an innovative way and not only just build a classroom space like a PE space, but a space where we can have a turf gym, a 50-yard turf gym to support co-curricular activities, hopefully our community clubs in an area where we have snow from May through October, or October through May. Wouldn't be good if it were May through October, right? Sometimes it feels that way. And honestly, I'd be remiss too. I would echo some of Margaret's sentiments that I really have to hand it to. We were walking through with the Trainer HL team back there, certainly with Rich, Stephanie, Jamie, Patrick, who helped really put this onto paper. And it's fun to walk with them and see it come alive and look in their eyes to make this vision really a mountain town school feel. When the rock comes up, when it's all done and you see the kind of the steel and some of what we talked about with some of the wood and everything else, it feels more like a mountain town school. Our kids have loved that. And also, quite honestly, our FCI team was already mentioned, but our superintendents from Paul, Larry to Alex, for their professionalism. And I have to say, as an administrator and principal working with them, it's their can-do attitude and customer service in a construction industry that really made this such a fun project. And they take a lot of pride in this as well. And then NB5 as well, Nate, Desi, Chris, for their support as owners, reps, and watching those dollars, make sure we didn't overspend on too much, right? Because you can dream big, that's for sure. And then once again, last but certainly not least, our Summit County community, because without your investment in the students' lives today and the future leaders of tomorrow, we wouldn't be sitting here. So thanks wouldn't happen without voter approval, and hopefully you'll see that as you walk around and enjoy these spaces. It's a community space as well as it is a student space. But the Green Machine is certainly a wonderful place, always has been, but now the students will tell you to support our Summit County youth, and kudos and thank you for all those who have been involved in this wonderful journey. And please have some of the refreshments furnished by MB5, and we look forward to seeing you at concerts, games, and on parent-teacher conference night. So thanks again for your support, and let's enjoy this space. We were going to hear from one of our students who is enjoying this space right now. Angel, you want to step up? Angel Redondo is going to talk to us a little bit about some of those career tech opportunities and what this space has provided for him.
So as Mr. Adkins said, I'm Angel Redondo. I'm a current senior here at Summit High School. I mean, I was born and raised here in Summit County, so I've lived here my whole life. And throughout my time I've partaken in activities such as daily life, such as having jobs during the school year, internships, and work out on summers, and sports, which include football, baseball, and then everything on the side, but mainly football and baseball. It's a little bit about me. So about the welding program, I was in the program second semester of last year, my junior year. So basically this is a great experience. It taught me something I didn't know, something I was unfamiliar with. So being able to sign up and getting a chance to partake was honestly great. And then going on through the year, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed welding, I enjoyed the learning of it, and the concentration it took. I enjoyed the challenge of it. It's not something everybody knows what to do, not something everyone's good at. It takes a great precision and time to learn. So it was just great with a great teacher, Mr. Vanos, helped us through a lot, helped us know about what a shop would be like, shop life, knowing that you have to clean up yourself, knowing that there's always something to do. So it just helps, not only did it help me learn a new trade, but it helped me out throughout life, knowing that in work, how to be a good worker, how to be a good leader, and how to go up in a ladder of life, and a literal ladder. So throughout the welding program, Mr. Vanos helped me land a welding internship in a local business, Breck Ironworks, down in Airport Road. So that was something great for me. It was a summer internship where I met great people, great experienced people. I met someone who was 60-year-old, been welding since he was 16. So this taught, what Vanos program taught me is just, I went in knowing what shop life was like, went in knowing that I could ask questions to anyone, and that really helped. Knowing that you could ask questions is a big thing in the work world. So it just really helped me out. And then the new workspace that we have now, I mean, I think it would help. It's gonna help people experience more organization within a trade classroom, which is kind of like work. So having that organization is key. In like a regular shop, as I found out this summer, it's not just as scattered as we were behind the auditorium, so that would definitely help. And then it's just easier to learn when you're in an organized area, knowing everyone has their spot in each station. So it's just great that we have this new facility. A little bit about sports and the addition to the sports wings, as you said, turf gym. So throughout here in Summit County, we all know that cold is part of culture, and oftentimes I have like 4 jackets on. Don't really enjoy cold, but I mean, it's always there. And in spring sports, especially as me in baseball, I know it sucks. It sucks having to share one turf field with 4 different sports because of snow. Some women's lacrosse, men's lacrosse, baseball, girls soccer. So this causes problems, and so the new turf gym is a huge help because, well, for me, I went into baseball research. So according to Georgetown University and the Center for their medical center and their sports specialist, pitching is a great skill to have, and it's not something everyone can do, and pitchers have to be warned when doing it. And according to Johns Hopkins University, it described how tendonitis in the shoulder is a huge problem for pitchers and great throwers among the game. So it's really important for us to be warm and to be stretched out when you're throwing. So the cold causes a common factor, as you hear, for our health. So the new turf gym helps with that. It's just keeping us safe by keeping us warm, if that makes sense. And that's all I gotta say.
And if any of you were out here at the mine on Friday night, you just seen that Angel was red hot as one of our defenders receivers. So Angel's a standout student and athlete here. Thanks for those words, Angel. Stella, you want to come on up? Ms. Stella Larsen's going to talk about one of our other programs where we're able to have another space here with the new building.
Oh, wow. Should I move it, or do you think it's good? Okay. Hello, everyone. So my name is Stella Larsen. I'm a senior here at SHS, and thank you for coming to the opening of the Ski and Bike Tech room. The Bike Tech program is the first bike tech program project in Colorado, which is frankly so amazing to be able to offer to SHS students. This program allows students to have real-life, hands-on understanding of skis and bikes. For tuning skis to changing bike cables on bikes, it is just so cool what the school is providing us with, along with the community sponsors such as Chrissy Sports, donations from A Basin, and the presentations of the Rocky Mountain Underground. We are able to incorporate these everyday tasks into our school system. It is the perfect program for students to learn and have a deeper understanding of what people need to do before making turns on the hill. Whether you ski or not, it helps one understand the mountain community and economy, which for many students has and will lead from school to career opportunities. It personally has allowed me to start to reconnect with skiing after multiple knee injuries, which have forced me to hang up my racing skis. This tech program has given me the chance to acquire a job at one of the tuning shops in Breckenridge, which is super cool. We students at SHS are unbelievably grateful to the people who put the time and effort into making these programs accessible for us, as well as a special thank you to Mr. Lucky, who has pushed and led this program to what it is today. So yeah.
Stella's a great example of how you can integrate your love of a sport and then also career opportunities. She's done a wonderful job and is a great representative. I want to ask also another individual to come up here, one of our honored staff members who has been a big player in what design looks like here, from some of the flooring, some of her design, but also what a good program should look like in the arts. As I said, the wing, the 1500 wing out here, the new wing with the 18 classrooms, we're calling it the STEAM wing. So you'll see science, technology, engineering, and the arts is the A. So I'm going to ask Karen Fisher to come up and talk about the arts.
Good evening, I'm Karen Fisher. I'm one of the visual arts teachers here at the high school, and I'm here to represent the Fine Arts Department as well as the faculty here this evening. The original construction of Summit High School had just been completed not too long before I had first moved to Breckenridge over 20 years ago, and I remember thinking what a beautiful school building it was. I feel extremely fortunate to work here at Summit High School with great support from administrators, colleagues, school board members, and district leadership. To work with the Summit County kids here at the high school has been a wonderful privilege for me. And this whole building remodel and addition has been an exciting process to be a part of. It definitely raises the bar and sets the stage for great things to continue to happen here at SHS. This is the real deal. The spaces that we work in have a direct effect on our potential and on our productivity. For the Fine Arts Department, it's been exciting to see how the power of great purpose-built design is creating better learning environments and more creative learning spaces for all of our students. I'm thrilled with the student work that's coming out of my classroom this year, as it is brilliant and truly inspired like never before. It's inspired by this new space. I've said to so many friends and colleagues over the past year that I feel like I have to pinch myself every time I come to the high school and walk into my new classroom, or before just dreaming about my new classroom. It's an amazing space with incredible multi-million-dollar views of Lake Dillon. It's room 1504. You have got to go and see it if you have not already. From the display space to the floors and the furnishings, the lighting, the storage, and the dark room, it was all specifically designed for drawing, graphic design, painting, and photography classes. But I am most thrilled for and excited for our students who will have the great opportunity to create and learn and prepare for the world in this new space and in this new inspired building. A really great big team has been working to make this all happen, and I am so appreciative and grateful for all involved in the thousands of hours spent hard at work to make SHS an extraordinary, state-of-the-art 21st century high school. This high school has always been and now is poised to continue as the place in the community that bridges our youth with the future of Summit County and the world. How fortunate we all are. As a teacher, and particularly as a parent of Summit County School District kids, I am so excited for our future. Thank you for coming out tonight, and definitely do take the tour, because it's a wonderful space. I think you'll be inspired too.
right, it's time to cut the ribbon. Maybe we'd like some Summit High School students or future Summit High School students to come up and help us hold the ribbon before we cut it. Come on, don't be shy. Come on, come on, grab that one. Perfect. Good girl. Okay, come on, you guys. Hold it up high, Danny. All right, you guys gather around. Mr. Adkins, you're gonna do the honors. No, this is all you. Cut way deep. Oh my God. All right, so this is for the future of all of our students. This is for this wonderful community we live in, and thank you, everybody. This is a wonderful celebration of Summit High School. Let's cut the ribbon.
All right. As I cut it, we got to do it with our own flair. So on 3, I'll say 1, 2, 3. I'll cut, and I'll say SHS, and you say huh. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. SHS.
Woo!